1 goal and was MVP. Edwards, outstanding in the Philippines as well. And that is number 600.
When Karl Anthony Towns loads it up and Rudy Gobert's in the perimeter, somebody needs to crash the glass.
Pull up 3, swish.
Beautiful. You know, one of the things they do every day in their player development before practice. And we saw the hook pass in Chicago, Michael.
Unreal.
One of the best passes we've seen since that combination's played together. And again,
heating up. Wolves have a 5-on-4. Barnes late to get back into the play. Off the glass for 2. No. Battle for the board. Edwards gets it back. 2 seconds. Off glass. Money. Edwards energy level. A lot of minutes tonight. He's played well. Pull up 3. Gone. And with the big 3. 6/10 of the second. Anderson over to Edwards. Beat the clock. Remember that play, ladies and gentlemen.
You're not used to seeing Minnesota get outshot from outside the arc like this. It's 14-6 advantage now.
Swish. Edwards the answer. And nice hands by Towns getting back defensively.
That's how you get back in transition.
Big point of emphasis for the Wolves, and there's the first field goal. Mid-range Jay. Stuff that didn't show up on the stat sheet.
Right.
Edwards. 3 straight away. Goal! In the Philippines with Team USA, Spoelstra on the coaching staff. Big fan of Anthony Edwards. Bully ball.
You got that right.
And Lowry has it under 10 on the shot clock. Great steal. Anderson could be a highlight. Edwards missed the flush. Reed was bumped from behind. Edwards puts it in.
Punish and finish by Anthony Edwards in the first half, and then Now's had one right after that. Those two, it kind of set the tone for the rest of the game.
3 ball from Anthony Edwards. Edwards pulls up off glass. 5 straight.
That is a thing of beauty. He's got such soft touch.
Another Miami turnover. Employee number 5 hits again.
Dejounte Murray is an aggressive player, not just offensively, but the job that he did defensively. And that's the junkyard dog that they were hoping to get when they brought him here from San Antonio.
First shot, a bucket. Bogdanovich over to Capella. Blocked by Gobert.
One good turn deserves another.
Extra pass. Edwards, 3 ball, corner pocket. Swish. Fast start both ways. Edwards driving. Oh, beautiful lay-in. Anthony Edwards.
The efficiency here has been tremendous.
Unreal. Edwards operating on Bogdanovich. The pull-up cash.
You think you love to see somebody get a stop once in a while.
Edwards. Oh, yeah.
Stonewalling Atlanta, possession after possession.
Blocking shots, affecting shots, leads to this. Edwards got the bounce. 30 seconds to go in the first half. Edwards, ISO ball on Sadiq Bey. Tough fade. Oh, my. On the bench. 6-point game. 5 on the shot clock. Edwards for 3.
It's a big basket right there because Minnesota was kind of...
There's been a lid on the basket on the offensive end. Bounce pass. Edwards finishing.
Jaden's right on it. Karl Anthony Towns bounce passes it to a cutting Anthony Edwards. You get them to start this poorly, the team that's been shooting lights out, number 1 in effective field goal percentage. You better take advantage of it.
Shake and bake. Anthony Edwards. They're 0 for 8, and it's a 9-0 Minnesota lead. Double comes on Towns. Edwards steps inside the 3-point line. Swish.
I just love what I've seen from Karl Anthony Towns in this game so far. He's going to take his time. Double team comes. He baits the defense, gets it out to the open shooter. Minnesota gets another stop here.
4th turnover for Denver. Edwards for 3.
he's trying to keep Mike Conley in jail that time on his hip.
Edwards hanging and scoring. Missed everything. Conley running over to Edwards. Edwards down the lane. Hammer time. (55-37). Wolves rolling.
Jokic has 17. The only other player.
Edwards, yes! At the horn. A couple looks. Have the Wolves learned their lesson? Monday, they led Atlanta by 19 at the half. Tonight, they lead the Nuggets by 19.
The Wolves have lost 28 games after leading by 10-plus points in the second half. That's the most in the NBA during that span, Michael. That's just the reality of it.
Horton Tucker lost it on the way to the rim. Towns picks it up. Wolves on the prowl. Edwards wants three. Money.
Another good start for Minnesota.
Conley caught in the air, gives it to Anderson. Edwards using the Gobert screen. Stays hot.
So sees pretty clearly on the line. Pat Frere right there too. I'm surprised he called that a three.
Largest lead for the Jazz is 3. Naz Reid will check in. Next dead ball. Edwards flying in. Left hand leg. Edwards has only missed one shot so far tonight. The pull-up off glass. Edwards. Euro. Reverse. Plus the foul. Sensational.
Because he's gotten better at finishing around the rim, too. I mean, the way he uses the English that time to spin it off the glass. But the last basket, too, at the angle on the right side, kissing it off the glass. And, I asked Sport Radar, sometimes you got to learn a hard lesson, and sometimes these coaching points come through.
Oh, the steal. Highlight. Oh, the windmill.
Andrews winding it up, baby. Getting out into the passing lane. Taking that reversal pass and throwing it down. Ant's done this his whole career in the NBA.
They dropped 155 on the Pacers a handful of days ago.
We know what's happened with Kristaps Porzingis. His Ant makes an impossible shot.
Wouldn't want to give up on it either.
You don't want to give up on it either, but you sort of want it to be more organic.
Edwards hanging, scoring, plus the foul.
Nicely done.
Hang time.
The double clutch that time. In the Eastern Conference. He had a block against Brooklyn last ball game that was really impressive. You think about his advanced age, like this guy is
Celtics led by 5 before this 6-0 run by the Wolves. Edwards downhill, off glass, bucket, and the foul. 4 for 4 from the floor.
Sam Hauser in the game with Svi Mykhailiuk and Peyton Pritchard, 2 starters still in the game. Tatum just came back in.
Edwards, 17 in this first half. Driving. Oh, the tough finish. 19 for Edwards.
The way that he's able to saloon door a couple defenders as good as Tatum and Horford. And, Drew Holiday's stunting it in. You got Porzingis in there. It's still...
Holiday will fire off the heel. Long rebound to Edwards. Cleared for takeoff. Plus the foul.
Stop what was going to happen. And to foul him in that situation is just really silly. What a great play by Ant.
Big fella driving. The kick out. Edwards on the move. 2 defenders on him. No problem.
Off the glass, baby. They got matched up with Porzingis. Jaylen Brown tried to come over to help him. I love how he's using the glass. You don't have to be perfect when you use the glass.
Edwards spinning, putting it up, and in fuego!
Austin Reeves and Anthony Edwards to be the roles that they played.
Body control.
You know what I'm saying?
8 assists for Anthony Edwards, who's cleared for takeoff. The throwdown with 43 seconds to go.
Where he was, Edwards just snatches the basketball away from Dyson.
Oh, the steal. Breakaway opportunity. Edwards. Two-hand throwdown.
I've always said this is a basketball state. You know, I think it's a state of hockey. There's no doubt that hockey is very important here. Minnesota, Anthony Edwards is just on it.
I think, you know, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the fan base, the people here, they're very proud people. They're very smart basketball fans.
Oh, highlight, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you kidding me?
Alex Rodriguez after the timeout, but first, another look at Showtime in the Twin Cities.
Like, he still doesn't really know what he's doing. He's doing a lot of this just on intelligence.
Come on, right on cue.
He's so smart.
In traffic from Anthony Edwards. Through the defense, puts it up, and then look at the reaction.
And they're getting it right, too. They're getting it the big stuff right. And Rudy Gobert playing great is a big part of that narrative.
Oh, here we go. Take off. Whoa!
That should be it.
Detonation.
Yes, sir.
Night.
Fun night. God, all these nights have been so great. You got to come to Target Center, ladies and gentlemen. Come out here and join the party. Everybody's welcome.
He's been leading the starters in assists so far this season. Edwards, pump fake, mid-range, connects.
Crowd needs to have that situational awareness to be able to find perimeter jump shooters when he's driving the basketball and they're collapsing.
Edwards knocks that down. It's hard to practice, though. Edwards, long distance, hits the tray. Now 8 on the shot clock for the Wolves. Edwards gonna have to make it happen. The pull-up over Wemby. Money.
That's why Jaden McDaniels is so important, and you'd like to see his star rise, because right now he's 6th in scoring for Minnesota.
Edwards, left leg. Wow. Edwards. The pull up, got it to fall. The jersey was held too.
Exactly right.
Career, first 6 years of his career in Cleveland. Edwards, the blow by and the lay-in.
You know, so like he's got career highs in all these different categories, but the playmaking that he's been able to do here has been fantastic.
Right on cue.
I mean, his jumper just looks so pure. Every time he loads it up, you think it's going in.
Ooh. Edwards, take off.
Right back at you, man. And how Draymond screens as he's handing back to give Steph space.
Oh, Edwards clearing space. Get out of the way, Saric. Edwards driving, flips it in, plus the foul. So dynamic in the open court.
Jaden backwards that time with a big hard dribble, but Jaden got a great contest on.
Oh, the spin, Edwards. Sensational. It is on Alexander Walker. That's his first.
Great spin move by Ant. Again, a huge difference in this first half.
Here's Edwards. Little step back on Draymond Green. Rattles it home.
He's been contested.
Edwards. Free throw line jumper. Good. He's upset about it and late getting back defensively. Alexander Walker over to Reed. Finding Edwards. Driving. Oh! Get out the way!
That is nasty. Ooh, cocked that back. Put Dario Saric in his poster. That is elevation. I don't think he liked his role, and I didn't think he liked leaving Philadelphia because where he had a really good chance, I think, to win a championship there. Nice.
Edwards is just
play by Edwards, man.
sensational.
Back-to-back situation for Golden State, but Minnesota's come here and punched Golden State in the face.
Edwards again, 33, and has something to say to the Warriors bench. Anthony Edwards is Minnesota. CP3 lost the handle, turned it over. Edwards, the floater, rattles it in.
Good decision that time by Ant. You know, this is the perfect opportunity for them to step up for their team. And so they're playing on their home court. Anthony Edwards knocks down the jumper.
Edwards wants three and hits. Edwards, tough fade, swish.
They're loading up to Andrew Wood.
Outside look, Alexander Walker, no. Towns, the offensive board, over to Conley. Edwards, good look at three, on target. Towns gives it up. Edwards, 3 seconds, gonna have to make a play. The pull-up over Wiggins, boom!
Clock's running down. Ant had to make a play. You see the time on the clock. I mean, it went all to zeros.
Every stop important, every rebound important. Chris Paul, pass stolen by Edwards. In the open court, down the lane, scores! Slim on the Slim Reaper, the kick out. Edwards in the corner. Gonna pull up over Allen and connect.
This is just a great start for Minnesota. Phoenix has utilized zone this year.
Edwards, the Euro, and flips it home.
Wow, just sifted his way right through that zone defense. Not a problem.
For Kevin Durant.
Suns basketball.
Eubank's trying to step up. Watanabe was not able to contain Ant as the point of attack defender. Ant just kisses it off the ground.
8 on the shot clock. Not much happening so far. Edwards making something out of nothing. Gordon with 15. Edwards the pull up over Durant and got the bounce.
For all intents and purposes, I mean, we got in at 3:30 in the morning. I didn't get to bed till 4:30. That's one of those scheduled loss kind of games for Minnesota.
Edwards gets the scoring started for the Wolves. Outside look, Daniels can't hit, and Gobert has the board. Quickly ahead to Edwards. He does not have numbers. He's going to attack Hawkins anyway. Puts it up and through. Good catch. Towns kicks it out. Edwards, 3-ball, money. They just have not been able to find much of a rhythm. Edwards wants 3, yes.
So you get it back.
Edwards wants 3 more, yes sir. Combined for 50 points. The rest of the team, 55. Towns sizing up Marshall. Edwards down the lane, left hand lay is good. Edwards the rebound off the miss.
That thing had some English on it because he was trying to cock it back and throw it
5
down.
straight from Alexander Walker. Found himself in a tough spot, gets it back from Towns. Little pull up inside the 3-point line is good. Pelicans have turned it over 17 times. Edwards for 3, got it!
At least 4 of them have been floaters, right?
Towns, extra pass. Edwards, first-person shooter mode.
That was the Taurean Prince night, man.
Taurean Prince, 8 3-pointers. Orlando had 57 that night at the Garden as Edwards goes off window for 2.
Trying to send him that way. Rudy was there to help out.
Great hands. Gobert starting to break himself, finally finds a guard. Conley, 3-ball, corner pocket, no! But Edwards there for the follow.
This is watch Anthony Edwards coming down the runway.
Oof.
Just over 2 a game.
The respect,
yes.
Bucket, and the foul. 8 points in the period. Can add to it here at the free throw line.
Overwhelmed Quentin Grimes that time off the catch.
Meanwhile, the Wolves failed on a challenge early in this ball game. They won't have one in case this game's close and they need one late. Oh, beautiful spin! Oh! Edwards getting it done in the third quarter.
To the wing, catches, ISO situation for Ant, and he wins on that one. You cut him off on the left-hand drive, Michael. He's going to spin back, and he's going to get to the rim.
Trying to make this one interesting. Wolves had a big third quarter, but have to clean things up here in the fourth. Edwards. Oh, nice between the leg dribble. Step through, layup, good.
Watch his layup between his legs. Fake.
Oh, my goodness.
For a big man, he's always been a great three-point shooter. A steal, and Edwards. And that puts it right back up to 113.94.
The challenge of Maxey is to try to take away something as Ant is going to get an and one opportunity here. Tobias Harris fouls him on the way to the rim.
Morris has only played about 7 minutes a night so far for Nick Nurse. Getting the start this evening. 3-ball, Edwards, good.
Wolves are lucky to have 3 bigs that can play so well in pick and roll game, whether it's pick and pop or pick and roll.
Edwards, again.
He's on a heater, baby. He's got 8 already, 3 of 4.
Per game. Leading candidate early on for most improved. Edwards inside. Another and one opportunity for Ant-Man.
That's his second hoop in the painted area. He's got 1 mid-range jumper. He's got another 3-point shot. So scoring at all levels. Great handle that time.
See if the team can come alive again. Edwards. Pull up over Morris.
Just sized him up, didn't he? If the Sixers were thinking, they would have known that's where he was going.
Edwards, 3-ball.
Oh, that worked out, baby. Big time for Minnesota. I feel like with Rudy, if he just closes out and squares up.
Oh, back door. Edwards, 2-hand throwdown.
Well, it was going to be dribble handoff action. Melton trying to blow the action up. And that was just a great read by Ant, too. And Mike was in on it. Because once Ant set the hook and just fake back door, it was just...
As he does a little bit of everything for his teams. Misses the shot there. Quickly ahead, Edwards. Going right at Beverly. Easy lay-in. Edwards, little pump fake, pull up off window, automatic.
Giving Chris Duarte the business.
Enjoying their largest lead of the game. Edwards on Edwards, puts it up and through. The lead is 22. Edwards for 3, good.
Troy Brown really trying to body up with Malik Monk.
Edwards downhill, hangs, bucket, and the foul.
Because he attracts 2 players. I mean, anytime you have a guy on your team that needs a double team, requires that 2 players come to him to be able to get the ball out of his hands, it creates an advantage for your team, but you've got to be able to move the basketball quickly enough to make that happen. But then he's got individually the strength to be able to...
Monk, deep look, no. Rebound Towns. Edwards downhill, flips it up and in. Edwards between the legs. Oh, the hammer. He's feeling all right.
Ant's 1 of 6 from outside the arc. I mean, what's been working for him is getting into the free throw line. 10 of 11.
Crossover down the lane, left hand.
There you go. Edwards puts the brakes on Crosses over to Chris Duarte. That's not an easy shot. I mean, that's...
Edwards. Finally.
Gillard just 5'9", shortest player to play in the NBA this season. Here's Edwards clearing space. Pull up. Good.
Even though you're overmatched a little bit.
Edwards. Midi off the window.
One way that you know that Rudy's back is the shot blocking. So Anthony Edwards puts on the brakes there, gets inside the arc. Can't get all the way to the...
Edwards to pull up. Good. Reed didn't catch it cleanly. Extra pass. Edwards. Little pull up over Rose is good.
Holy cow, what a move.
8 points now for Edwards. It's been that kind of night for Jaren Jackson
Really
Jr.
has.
1 for 8. Edwards will take the three and hits.
Stepped right into that one.
Edwards in the well. It's like practice. Pull up. Yes. Oh, Edwards cutting. Caught in the paint. Hanging. Scoring. Plus the foul. 19 for Edwards. 20-point game of the season.
Yeah, trying to figure out if he was going to come for the handoff or if he was going to go back door. Desmond Bain got into his cut, so he just...
Left hand got Roddy in the face. Under 4 minutes to go. Wolves get a turnover. Edwards, easy two-hand flush. Talented young player in his own right. Edwards driving high off the window for 2.
Pit bulls out there, too. You start dribbling the ball loosely like that.
Beautifully done.
And Edwards very close to picking up a technical.
Getting into your help and be able to help out your teammates. And knocked down to 3.
Forgetting it's 62-53. Early third quarter here at Target Center. Final group play game for both teams in this inaugural in-season tournament. Edwards hanging and finishing. Conley will run it down. Edwards penetrating. There's the hey! Not respected, but got the bucket anyway. Haven't been able to find any consistent offensive rhythm in this game. Double comes on Towns. Wolves make the extra pass. Edwards got it.
Make him pay, baby.
The timeline. Wolves down 4. Edwards. Cash!
Home run hitter, baby.
Wolves down 1, and Mark Dagnall calls timeout. Crowd waking up. Edwards with 10. Well, you see some of the closeouts that you're seeing from Minnesota. Going in and out dribble from slow-mo. Over to Edwards. First field goal of the night. Again, they were 3-2 at the time this losing streak started as Edwards clasped his hands in prayer.
How about that contest by Rudy Gobert? He got into coverage and helped and recovered back to his own. Unbelievable defensive play by Rudy.
Edwards squares up and hits the tray. Pacers also in the semifinals of the in-season tournament.
Looking forward to seeing Tyrese Halliburton.
And Gobert outside. Nas Reed. No. Oh! Boom! And then Kyrie Irving proceeded to score 26 in the fourth. Edwards hanging and scoring. Edwards. Backing down Jones. Inside, hanging, bucket and the foul.
Backing down Derek Jones Jr. Jumping over the top there. Strong move by Ant. That's a man who wasn't going to settle.
Exum's pass stolen. Edwards, open court. Euro stays with it and puts it in for 2.
Well, didn't look very orthodox.
So he was indicating not only that it's one free throw and an and one opportunity, but also that the foul was called on Kyle Anderson and not on Anthony Edwards.
Correct.
Who's lining up the midi and connects. Here in the second quarter. Edwards Pull up over Neesmith. Money. Carlisle calls timeout. Edwards. Matched up with Buddy Hield. Another pull up, another make.
Indiana's 13 of 18 in the quarter.
Edwards. Pull up again. Money again. Moving okay so far tonight. Another turnover for Indiana. Edwards. Matched up with Brown. Heat check. Boom! He's laboring now a little bit. Wolves trying to take a lead into halftime. Edwards down the lane, goes to the reverse. Edwards, sensational. Walker won't get it off in time. 6 of 7, 4 3-pointers, 18 points, all in the second quarter. Gobert. Hand off to Edwards, who got cooking in the second quarter. Continues here in the third. Edwards puts it up and through. 22 for Anthony Edwards.
A little run at Ant that time.
And started 0 for 4. He's gone 8 for 9 since. Check that. 9 for 10. Conley, two-man game, kick out, extra pass, Edwards, pull up from deep, of course.
Kevin Pritchard's done a nice job of acquiring all those picks from the 2020 draft. I mean, Obi Toppin was picked 8th by New York.
Oh, this is deep. Running! 74 combined points. With 30 in the same ball game. They did it 3 times last year. Edwards penetrating, hanging, scoring. Sizing up Buddy Hield. Spinning. Little head fake. The reverse. Unstoppable. Rick Carlisle needs time, and that might be it for Edwards and Towns. They painted a masterpiece here at Target Center.
With Jeremy Lamb and Justin Holiday for Halliburton, Buddy Hield and Tristan Thompson.
Edwards
knocks down another
37. Miami not much better. They are 1 for 6 to start this ball game. Edwards on the attack.
Excellent defender, but he's also giving you 34 minutes a game as well.
Edwards, the Euro and left hand. Miami's come out hot. They lead by 11 on Valley Sport. 8 on the shot clock. Conley on the move. Over to Edwards. Driving. Contact, no whistle, but got the bounce. Comes Edwards the other way. Edwards, Caleb Martin in front of him. Spinning off glass. Beautifully done, Anthony Edwards. Near 60% in this first half. Got to tighten things up defensively and take care of the ball on offense. Edwards for 3. Not much on this possession so far. 6 on the clock. Edwards, pull up 3. Yes, sir.
Man, that's crazy. Box up by now that time on Jimmy Butler, too. Didn't let him get into the offensive rebounding space.
Edwards, little daylight.
So Ant puts the hesitation move on Tyler Hero, gets to the left hand on the super intense battle.
Edwards, guarded by Highsmith. Tried to split the double, lost it. To fade! Edwards! Sensational. We'll take another look at it.
Ruling on the floor is good. Ruling on the floor is good. 2 basket plays under review.
Clearly off in time. It is a 6-point game headed into the 4th. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Wolves basketball.
That entire possession he won.
Edwards got the lay-in. Timeout, Eric Spoelstra.
for Miami, but it's been the shot making here in the second half by both teams.
Edwards throwing it down. Adebayo blocked. Gobert up ahead. Edwards the throwdown. What a sequence!
This game is so close. I mean, just another tremendous intimidation play by Rudy Gobert, the left-handed block on Bam. Miami has one more
winner. And another tight one with Minnesota, the best in the West. Edwards, tough two.
This is an amazing matchup.
Crowd rising to its feet. Edwards backing down Richardson. Turnaround, MJ-esque. Off glass, the fade.
To get the offensive rebound and then to him to throw up the lob to Rudy.
Sixers really struggled with their shot in that ball game against the Bulls. Edwards splitting the defense. Bucket and the foul.
How good has he gotten being able to spin dribble and use the glass? He's been so money.
Maxey, that's a good look. Can't hit. They're 0 for 5. 6-0 lead. Minnesota make it 8-0.
Physical presence. I think that Rudy has an impact, and he does have a certain amount of physicality, but not the same kind that Embiid has.
Right. Edwards, timely bucket.
Like, have you ever seen him sprint?
No, he had a game at Target Center last year. Well, it was the most disrespectful point total I've ever seen. He looked like he didn't want to be there
really
and had a 30-plus night. Here's Edwards on the attack, going right at Embiid, and a foul is called on Embiid.
On his back that time instead of falling on his hip right here. So Embiid out of position.
Solid defender, among the league leaders in steals. Edwards will pull up off glass. Edwards, a little turn, fades, and connects. 3-point ball game. House blocked by Nasri. Alexander Walker the other way. Kick out. Edwards for 3. Money. 4:45 to go in regulation. Edwards inside, left hand, bucket in the foul, and he's holding his ankle. Crowd in the city of brotherly love. Maybe Embiid, maybe grazed it on the way down.
It didn't look like he rolled his ankle.
No. Averaging 24 points per game, 12.6 boards. That last bucket gave the Lakers a 1-point lead. Edwards slipping through.
Really like Minnesota's out-of-bounds situations. They get the ball into Towns, and he does something with it every time. The handoff to hand that time.
Have been an issue for us. They want to clean that up. Both teams with 3 turnovers here in this opening quarter. Edwards step through, off glass, bucket in the foul.
Comes off that pin down, curling into the sweet spot, taking on Jackson Hayes, and it's not quite the same defender that Anthony Davis is. Jackson Hayes.
We haven't seen it in the NBA.
But one thing they did say is about that is
Deal.
turn it over here.
Alexander Walker up top. Edwards climbing the ladder.
Minnesota getting out and running. Nikhil knows how to throw that lob. How about 13 assists on 14 field goals for Minnesota? You don't think Coach Finch is... By the way, that's a fascinating podcast. You got to listen to Nas Theo Pinson.
Theo's my guy. Goes back
you know him from Brooklyn, yeah.
Here's Edwards. Will pull up over Hayes. Money!
Maybe.
Minnesota's led by as many as 9. Edwards! We heard the slap up here. And Darvin Ham calls timeout. Edwards getting 2. Back in a moment on Valley Sports. Lakers have found a rhythm. They've tied this thing up. Edwards just outside the elbow swish. Edwards over to McDaniels.
Back to Edwards for three. Boom! 5-point ball game. Defense to offense for LA. Edwards flips it in, plus the foul.
Vince just rotating guys in off the bench, but Anthony Edwards.
Towns out, left knee soreness. Herder hit the side of the backboard, may have been partially blocked. Conley the other way.
Look at Rudy run.
Edwards for three, money. Wolves by 9. Edwards on the attack, lefty lane. Davion Mitchell, Kessler Edwards hitting threes in that last game. Here's Edwards through a crowd, bucket in the foul.
So again, he gets through the coverage there and goes right to the rim. Sabonis.
He's been lucky since he picked up that second foul. That was on Murray. Right now, Wolves by 11. Edwards on the move, trying to get by Murray. Oh, over the outstretched hand.
Winning plays. Him and Mike make winning plays.
Ellis, no, and that's the 10th rebound for Gobert, a double-double, 13 and 10. Edwards, left hand. Wow. Murray, short. Edwards the board. Pull up for three. Yes, sir. Murray's the widest. You're right. There are a couple of guys, Fox included. Here's Edwards. He is really sizzling now in the second quarter. Go 2 for 1 here. Sabonis lost it, and here comes McDaniels. Up ahead, Edwards chased it down and put it in.
What a play.
The athleticism from Edwards. Herder blocked by Gobert. Up ahead, and oh my! Edwards, the violent throwdown. Roll of Grinch.
The block by Rudy ignites the fast break for Minnesota. How many times have we seen that? The quick pass by.
Here's Fox trying to find some space, and he turns it over. Conley over to Anderson, over to Edwards, bumped, plus the foul.
So, I mean, Kyle Euro steps his way there, but that play was made at the other end of the floor.
Yeah, to your point, they averaged nearly 30 a ball game. Edwards, pull up over Duarte, yes, Sirski. McDaniels has 20, Fox is long, got his own. Near poke away. Fox the kick out. Lyles doesn't have a look. Edwards, the breakaway down the lane, and the hammer.
The plays that they're making. Jaden McDaniels, the way that he just
big time play, temporarily quieting this crowd. Fox blocked by McDaniels. Huge play. Edwards the other way. Euro and scores. Plus the foul.
has made plays here the last couple possessions. Anthony Edwards, the same thing.
Thunder by 3. Timberwolves 4-0 this season in Northwest Division play. Edwards sliding through and scoring off the window.
A lot of people in this league.
Edwards, the answer.
There you go.
It's a three-point shooting contest right now. 2 seconds. Edwards got it off in time and connects. Wow. Edwards with the buzzer beater to close this opening frame in the Western Conference. Edwards in double figures with 10. Thunder lead by 5.
I don't know what you're supposed to do to defend that.
4-3 of the night for Dort. Edwards scoring. Thought there could have been a foul there. Edwards using an Anderson screen. And the lane off window.
That is sublime right there. I mean, taking on everybody. He just got through that shell concept.
On the top team in the West. Edwards, left hand, good. Edwards matched up with Holmgren.
in the chest of Dort and got the roll. And one opportunity for Edwards. He has 24. And this is one of those games you really just have to credit the shot making of Oklahoma.
McDaniels. Kick out to Edwards. Edwards, working on Derrick Jones Jr. down the lane, hanging, and the ball drops. Edwards gonna back down Hardy. Turns opposite shoulder off the window.
To be able to block Derek Lively's shots. And Ant taking Hardy to the woodshed right here. The fadeaway off the glass. Ant's been so good. Oklahoma City was so good in their shell. It was such a juxtaposition of styles.
Edwards, 3 more.
Man, it was unbelievable.
Ant is on course for a special night. Season high 14 points in this opening quarter.
You know, I don't think that's...
Powell has it. Stripped by Edwards. That defensive sequence, all Ant taking it the other way. Put him on the line. Got the deuce. Wolves by 14.
Well, Ant just deserves this hoop because he made it all happen. Gets the block on Grant Williams, gets the strip on Powell, and then is off to the races. And even when Ant gets into a crowd and maybe...
And doing most of that while coming off the bench. Edwards, pull up over Hardaway, got 3. Timely bucket from Edwards, who has 20. 8 points for Williams, who had been benched the last 2 outings. Edwards inside, taking the contact from behind by Jones. Scored anyway, another and one opportunity.
One stop, Anthony Edwards.
Well, you let Ant get to his left hand, and then he circles back with the crossover.
Curry tried the pocket pass, stolen by Nunn. Edwards, pull up 3, cash!
The last couple, 2-3 years that Chris Finch has been coaching him, trying to get him to do that. And it's been a great thing for Minnesota. I'm not saying it's been a bad thing. It's been a great thing. Talk about great things.
Good things have happened. Shooting well from the floor and from 3. They were red hot early in this ball game. Little step back from Edwards. 41.
They had Vanderbilt on him early. LeBron's guarding him now.
Edwards turning the corner. Euro got the bucket, beating the shot clock.
His catching, the way he stopped in the paint kind of messed up the timing for Jaden. You see Anthony Edwards, Euro step.
Another opportunity for the Wolves. Edwards down the lane. Got the bucket, plus the foul. 3 the hard way. See this Kyle Anderson checks back in.
One shot, Anthony Edwards.
Gobert nearly lost it in traffic. Quickly ahead. Edwards penetrating, flips it up and through. Man turned his ankle on the landing.
Yeah, it steps on Anthony Davis's foot on the way up that time. And then switch on to a 7-footer. And then switch on to an athlete.
And he can't guard. Edwards, the throwdown.
Oh, man, he played right into that.
Of Edwards, that's going to be 3 on Vando. In the 4th. Edwards for 3. Cash!
He just wasn't able to make shots consistently. Was not a good three-point shooter. At least he was pretty streaky as Ant loads it up and knocks one down.
First shot for Edwards is a 3. Yeah, the Wolves didn't miss until nearly 7 minutes had gone by in the opening quarter as Edwards, the hay not respected, but the...
You see how many bodies Ant is seeing, all the white jerseys in a shell.
Oh, beautiful move. Left hand lay. Nicely done, employee number 5. Wolves shooting 67% from the floor. Timberwolves up by 6 on Valley Sports North.
Nice box out that time by Rudy, too, on Precious Achiuwa.
7-0 Minnesota run. 13-1 run overall. Edwards to the cup, plus the foul.
That was breathtaking right there. You watch this. I mean, that replay doesn't even do it justice.
Edwards will Euro and flips it in. Edwards now with 18.
McDaniel's game defensively.
There's a defensive play.
Until he gets that block right there. He needed that.
Edwards. Inside. Two-hand throwdown.
Great game here. He's not shot the ball well, and then defensively, he's gotten back cut, whether it's been
6 on the clock. Edwards downhill to the cup. Bucket and the foul.
We talk so much about. So initial action on the strong side, the ball rotates down on the backside, and look at all the space, Michael. When you get to the backside and you get to the second side action that Chris Finch always talks about, they're going back on the road, Michael, for a 5-game set. That is not easy, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens as Ant attacks. Wow.
And he flips it up and in. Great play by Edwards, his 3rd foul.
Ant sliding through a couple defenders, gets past Valanciunas, gets to the other side of the rim, which the way that he can just glide to the basket.
Gobert, kick out. Edwards, watched by Jones. Edwards driving, drawing the contact, counted.
Doesn't get squared up that time. Kind of knocks into the side of him right there, and he's trying to go vertical, trying to back up, and he's saying, what am I supposed to do?
It's not going to be easy, and sometimes that will resonate with the team a little bit more than the coaches constantly being the voice of reason.
What a move by Edwards to the cup. All New Orleans. Anderson, that pass nearly stolen. Edwards attacking Alvarado, another whistle, and will they give him continuation? A 3-point play. Well, Edwards has been aggressive here in the third. He has 15 points. Edwards, another 30-point night, drawing the crowd, spins in the lane and scores. Kick out to Edwards. Edwards inside, first shot attempt, good. McDaniels over to Towns, extra pass. Edwards, money.
Defensively, he's so good, and offensively, he stays in his lane, but he's one of those energy guys. Big steal there by Minnesota.
5th turnover for the Rockets. Edwards in a crowd, and one opportunity. Edwards taking his time, 8 seconds between shot and game clock. Explodes to the rim. The half. Edwards rising. Wolves have dropped 2 in a row. Rockets have won 2 in a row. 3rd quarter underway. Edwards downhill on Şengün. Get out of the way. Gobert turning inside. Kick out. Edwards inside. Takes the contact and scores.
And he's perfect, 3 for 3.
Edwards, score it, and put him on the line. Brilliant tonight. This crowd started to cheer a little bit. There is a tall man at the scorer's table in a Rockets uniform as Edwards hits the tray. 2 early field goals for Kyrie Irving. Here's McDaniels. Kick out. Edwards for 3. Got it. Huge. That's his 2nd miss of the night. He's 3 for 5, 7 points to lead all scorers. Edwards, blow by, Euro, got the roll. Edwards gonna do it himself, laying it in again. Gives it to Anderson. Alexander Walker in the corner, rimming out. Edwards staying with it, couldn't tip it in. Oh, 3rd time's the charm.
And Mike has 1 field goal and Jaden has 0.
Oh, steal. Edwards, highlight. Kyrie, one of the best finishers in NBA history and ball handlers, as Towns leaves it for Gobert. Kick out. Edwards back on the floor, and he has 27.
It's much bigger than that.
Edwards dancing on Doncic. Money, who has 34 points. Edwards, the throwdown, he has 36.
Edwards 0 for 1 so far. And here comes his second shot. It's off the glass and in. A nice drive from Anthony Edwards. Edwards, the drive, contacts, and a foul coming on Chuma Okeke. Will they count it? Yeah. Edwards was in the act for the Chuma Okeke foul.
Great take. Nice ability to draw the contact and going to the free throw line. Karl-Anthony Towns is going to come out. Naz Reid's going to check in. It was held together with duct tape. They called it airball one, jokingly.
Edwards.
There's great memories for me, because that was my era of playing in the NBA. And just a real class act.
Edwards explodes to the rim. Anderson, and then the finish from Edwards off the feed from Towns. Wolves are just 3 from 13 from three-point range. Anderson, as the Celtics turn it over. Edwards, crossover. Oh! Edwards. Pull up, mid-range, off glass.
You got to give credit to Ant, because he's taking on a lot of pressure. He's got 12 in the game.
Oh, turnover. Quickly ahead. Edwards down the lane. The explosion.
Great finish by Anthony Edwards. In traffic. Jaylen Brown can't stop him. Neither can Jason Tatum. Going right into your living room, ladies and gentlemen. This is a smart group. They know this is winning time.
Yes.
They sense a little blood in the water right now.
Edwards from deep. Shut him up.
Finch has been calling him a home run hitter. He played in Beirut, Lebanon. I mean, this guy has been around the world.
Well traveled. There's Edwards to the cup. He can get him up. Has not had a shot attempt yet. Here's Edwards around a Gobert screen. Retreats from the paint. Shot clock under 10. Ant on Ant. Pull up. Got it. An 11-1 rebound advantage for Minnesota. Edwards, lefty leg.
Oh, clap your hands. That's a nice throwdown with the left hand. Ant with the lefty finish, 2 off the glass. Don't clap at him, Ant. Come on. Don't. Another one of those bookend bigs. We talked about Reith earlier. Baji, he's got a lot to like about his game, too. Excellent shot blocker.
Wolves looking for their first field goal. Edwards, outside look. Conley, the fake. Back to Ant. Oh, little ball fake. Pull up off glass for 2. Wolves on the scoreboard. Edwards driving on Paul George. Dipped that shoulder in and laid it off glass. This has been a low-scoring affair. 38-37, 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Low Euro and the flip in. Edwards headed to the line with the and one.
The hay is respected that time by Daniel Tice. Picks up the foul here on Ant.
Edwards with the English off glass. Free throw after the timeout.
Wasn't enough to accelerate him. No, it wasn't, but when he missed the layup, that gives you an opening to make the call.
A bucket. Anthony Edwards with 20. First foul on time.
We got all these examples of turning defense into offense.
Edwards. Coffee watching him. Pull up from 3. Got it! 35-23 in the period. Edwards, an inferno. Edwards, once again taking his time, fouled, and got the bucket.
from Anthony Edwards this season as we take a look at him slithering through the defense and drawing the contact.
Yeah, snaking back and forth there. A lot of opportunities for Cat to expand his offensive game with that three-point shot, especially in transition. And
Edwards! The explosion to the rim! Who's in Oz from this Little Caesars Arena crowd? As we take another look at Edwards. It's a throwdown, Jim Pease.
You could just tell that those last two dribbles that he took, that he was getting ready to wind it up. in Detroit.
Tremendous athleticism. They really like the kid. 33-33. Edwards going to the reverse. Telling Edwards, no, the theatrics after what he's saying is a missed call. You just can't have it. Are two high turnover teams.
Certainly are. 9
combined so far. Duren goes down. Count the bucket by Anthony Edwards this season.
Does a nice job of keeping Killian Hayes in jail that time as he sifts his way to the rim. Rudy Gobert
will use a Gobert screen. Taking a lot of time. Goes to the reverse. Edwards has 27.
Edwards coming off that Rudy screen. We've seen that action so much. I mean, it really is a security blanket for Minnesota when Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert play along the sideline. But Ant has also gotten into the mix a bunch with Rudy.
He's going to have to look to be a little bit more aggressive offensively here as well.
Driving inside, just as it comes out of your mouth, it comes out of his hand and drops through for 2 and a foul.
And this is what he's done so well, especially early on in his career, being able to finish.
Rudy Gobert with 11 points, 4 boards, 6 blocks. Edwards driving inside hard and gets it to fly in.
Once
April
15th,
yes. Yep.
And hopefully May.
Whoa!
Well, on cue, who set him up? Look how high that Conley throws this. But there's only one person.
2 to play in the third. Fun game here in the Twin Cities. Look at the moves by Edwards. Swashbuckling and slamming. Anthony Edwards skies.
Are you kidding me, Ant-Man?
What a play.
Sometimes you just got to make it up as you go. Edwards right here. You know what? The shot's not there. Let me just throw it off the rim and finish it myself. Little pump fake here on Tillman. I don't like this. I like this one better.
I'm telling you what, this league produces these kind of highlights every single night. 14 threes for Memphis, 10 for the Wolves. Edwards has put in some. Switch on D, Tillman on Edwards. Shot clock at 3, backpedaling 3. Good!
Oh, man.
Oh, what a shot! 27th double-double of the year. That is good for 5th most in the NBA. Edwards driving again! Flight 5 was cleared!
Anthony Edwards, 2 at halftime, 23 in the second half.
Trying to make a move, trailing by the most. There's a steal. Edwards the other way, shifting gears, working on the defense of Williams with the corkscrew move for 2 and a foul. 6 of 6 from 3. They've got 10 assists and a turnover. And they're now just beginning to whittle away at
Edwards got a 3.
Two-man game with Mike Conley has been huge, but
forcing an OKC turnover. Towns over to Edwards. Step through. Bucket! And the foul.
Well, finishing quarters is so important.
Wolves by 3. Edwards on the attack. Hanging and scoring. 13 rebounds for Gobert. Edwards driving the reverse.
Nas, but he didn't. He ended up loading up and shooting it.
That's right. Will.
Anthony Edwards doing his thing. But that last defensive possession, though, I loved.
Edwards on the logo. On the drive, to the rim, got the bucket!
Big finish. Chet Holmgren vertical that time.
They're up by 6 because Towns has 53. Edwards, easiest look of the night.
Lean on that.
Nice hands by Nas Reed. Kyle Anderson, kick out. Edwards for 3, cash! Edwards, couple of head fakes, got the bucket.
They needed that.
Making basketball look easy right now. 3 field goals, all dunks.
Couple 10 games.
Oh, Edwards rising to the rim.
Hands again. Koulibaly.
Edwards got by Abdia. Bad intentions on the drive to the rim. 2 games, he's been right around 10 field goal attempts. He averages around 19 a game. He already has 10 field goal attempts tonight. Much more aggressive. Edwards attacking Abdia once again. Left hand off window for 2, plus the foul. Most in the NBA.
They might want to put somebody else on Anthony Edwards. I'm guessing.
Edwards. Spinning. Step back. Money.
And I just, excuse me, 41-15 advantage for the Wizards. And
Edwards, another blow by. Flips it in for 2.
Denny Abdia picks up the foul here. He's not been able to contain Ant in this game.
Timeout, Washington.
Wizards call timeout. Edwards getting his swagger back.
Missed that shot at the end. It was drawn up for Mikal Bridges, but it was Cam Johnson that was the open player.
Edwards in the paint. Got it to drop. Here's Conley around a Gobert screen. Edwards on an island with Dinwiddie. Crossover. The drive and flips it home. A step back from Dinwiddie. He's been doing that his whole career. Struggling with his shot this season, though.
He thought he got fouled right there. Towns might have maybe touched him up a little bit.
Edwards for 3 leads to a Jacques Vaughn timeout. Cam Thomas, who's now on the bench for Brooklyn, is the only Nets player with a field goal here in this second quarter. Edwards, tough step through, got the roll.
Has flourished here by not turning it over here in the second half, the second quarter, I should say. 10-2 advantage, points off turnovers.
How does that roll in?
That thing rolled in. He thought he got fouled again. When he's gotten the basketball, 6 of 7 for Nick Claxton for 12 points, but a lot of it's been closely guarded stuff by Rudy Gobert.
Edwards for 3. Finney Smith is shooting 24% from the floor and 21% from 3 in January. Edwards, the fade. Who does that remind you of? Edwards for 3, and the answer. Timeout, Jacques Vaughn.
Missing a lot of paint shots for Minnesota.
Edwards practices that shot at the end of his pregame workout. Reed double teamed. Laser pass. McDaniels. No. Oh, goodness! Climbs the ladder to the rim. Escalator style to 20.
We've got bats flying around. We got Pop Curson and the microphone. Anthony Edwards dropped out of the ceiling. Unbelievable play by Anthony Edwards.
Oh my
Man, we
goodness.
are lucky to see this kid play night in and night out, Michael Grady.
Alexander Walker all over him. Edwards the steal. 6 seconds to go, second quarter. Edwards penetrating. Pull up. Got it. And Edwards. I don't know if I should say it, Jim P. Pull up. Money.
Triple-double alert?
Triple-double. You said it. Now I'm off the hook. A good Shake Milton game. He has 7 points, a couple of assists.
Truly.
Yeah. Edwards and Osman, the pull-up. Edwards winning that battle.
So good from outside the arc. I mean, his elevation, you see the rotation, it's so tight, spinning.
Edwards steps into a three. Boom! Towns gives it to Edwards. 30-point night. Penetrates, flips it through. We are tied.
They're third in the NBA in points in the paint. They're fourth in the NBA in fast break points allowed, and they knocking down a jumper.
Edwards once again using the Gobert screen, keeping the dribble alive in the paint, hanging, and gets two. Thunder shooting 44%. Edwards, no one can stop him.
Oh, don't that, please.
Edwards, pull up over Williams. Money. This is a quality three-point shooting team in OKC. Edwards, right to the rim. Nobody there to meet him. Edwards using a Gobert screen. Now matched up with Holmgren. Double comes. Pull up. Cash. Anderson. Over to Reed. Edwards. In the lane. Easy lay-in. Edwards. Paint pull up. Rattles home.
Incredible.
Edwards, pull up for three, money!
Fourth quarter's been Jalen Williams' time too, Michael.
Edwards to the rim!
Because all the contact that he takes, I mean, Shea is all over his arm, and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander gets that call night in, night out for a lot less. He's actually hanging on his arm. I mean, look at that. That is unbelievable that Anthony Edwards can't get a call. I mean, that is so egregious. And that happens every night to Anthony Edwards. And that's why he gets so mad. Wow.
Anthony Edwards taking flight.
The league needs to, like, look at this, like, more often. I mean, he's
rebounds on Monday against OKC. Lane opens up. Edwards, the easy lane.
Never get tight.
32 points in a tight ball game. Edwards, elbow fade, swish. Missed free throws. Here's Curry in the corner, missing everything. Let's see if Edwards will try to take on the crowd. He'll pull up for three. Bottoms. First made three-pointer for
my son Sanjay. Sanjay, yours at the end of the run there for Joe Ingles. Of course, the ACL injury here in Minneapolis as Ant gets fouled. Ain't going to be an and-one situation for Anthony Edwards. See the little slap right there by Banchero. It's going to be his second personal foul. Ant being able to skip his way. Doing a fine job, by the way, too. Gogo Patache did a really nice job filling in as Ant sifts his way to the rim. Nice finish. Not even 22 years old, and he just turned 21 not too long ago. A couple months ago, he turned 21, so he's going to be the first player ever to, as Ant gets another drive and finish. Banchero would be the first player to lead his team in points, rebounds, and assists, being under 22 years of age.
Edwards finds a soft spot, gets an opening, and hits the jumper. We nearly double dribbled there, picking up the dribble. Alexander Walker to Anderson. Edwards will take it and hit it. The first. Edwards off the screen from Gobert. Gets free, keeps going, off glass, gets the hoop. In the third quarter, the Timberwolves are up by 8. The Timberwolves this quarter are 1 for 6, and they've missed 5 shots in a row. Anthony Edwards trying to change that here, and he does.
How about that footwork? give anything to Rudy. This is Rudy's opportunity to get him back. So there's the footwork by Ant. That shows a lot of refinement to your game when you're that young a player and get that many free throw attempts.
Edwards finds an opening, gets the basket.
Ant's got to stop complaining.
4.2 to play. Magic up by 5. Anderson finds Towns. They get it to Edwards. Great play design. Edwards hits the 3.
18-13, Minnesota on top. That snaps a 7-0 Minnesota run. Edwards taking the contact, count it.
I mean, Dylan Brooks is grabbing his left arm as he's trying to go up and shoot, and Sean Wright's standing right there on the baseline.
Conley over to Edwards, got the angle, puts it up and through.
Nice take right there, and it really helps when you can compose yourself when you get fouled like that on the way to the basket. That Minnesota needs to run, Michael. They need to get out and run in transition. It's something they just have not done a lot of this year.
Edwards getting by Brooks and kissing it off the glass.
It's the longest three-point shot you can shoot along that arc.
Nevertheless, Wolves running. Edwards in a groove. ISO on tape, pull up, cash. 6 for 6.
This is the, I mean, that's a hard shot. I mean, he's right.
Wolves up by 16. Edwards to the rim, stops, puts it up, off, stays with it, and puts it through. 22 in this third quarter. 3 points for Minnesota.
So he takes on Şengün, takes some contact. Blocking jump shooters, Michael, you're 100% right.
Edwards, the blow by, get out the way! No one can stop him. Kobe White struggling early, 0 for 4, and he's missed all 3 of his threes. Meanwhile, Edwards on the scoreboard with his first field goal. Reed inside, stripped by Vucevic. Caruso turns it over. Edwards the easy lay.
I've talked about this before. When Chris Finch first.
Edwards getting up. He's on a mission. From 3, Edwards getting up with 2 hands. 13 first quarter points. McDaniels defended by DeRozan. Edwards, clock winding down, the pull-up, bottoms.
Vooch just picks up a foul for no reason. Anthony Edwards making a really difficult shot as the shot clock goes right to 0.
Edwards hounded by Craig behind the back. Sizing him up. Step back 3. Yes, sir!
Unbelievable. Going back to that move that Anthony Edwards made, but it was all the stuff that happened even before all that.
Edwards, he's been feeling it. Using the Gobert screen. Corner 3. Yes, indeed. Using the Gobert screen. Kick out. Edwards, the blow by. Hanging, bucket, and the foul.
Taking on Caruso. Getting by him. Caruso thought Ant traveled, but no, he did not.
Towns, kick out. Edwards for 3. Boom!
Can Ant knock it down the triple?
Edwards, crossover. Spinning inside. The fade is good. First field goal for Edwards, and it's a beauty. Step back, Edwards, bottoms. 5 points for number 5.
Oh, slow-mo with the poke away.
And Towns can't convert. Anderson got another. Kick out, Edwards for 3.
Boom. Okay. I love it.
Edwards pull up,
And it goes down. Edwards going at Beasley. Another tough fade rolls in. Anthony Edwards, 15 points. Minute 15 to go in this second quarter. Edwards has scored 15. Matched up with Connaughton. The pull-up, buried it. Shot clock winding down on Conley. Edwards, jab step in the lane. Left hand is good.
This Bucks team shoots the second most free throws. 26 is what they average, so the Wolves done a great job of defending without fouling, too.
Edwards making it rain.
Edwards is just... Thanasis.
Edwards for three. Oh, he goes off glass.
How many times has he refashioned himself? And after playing with the Lakers, his Plumlee gets a lot of contact there. Wow, and no call.
3-on-1. Edwards, the lay-in.
Good dish for Kawhi to start here, too. The start for Harden is kind of the same. The 1 of 3 for Harden.
Edwards, the blow-by, and the finish with the left.
Okay, they're kind of letting them play in this game so far. Turning defense into offense, and Ant getting inside here and finishing.
18 points in the paint for Minnesota. It's
exactly right.
They're doing that.
100%.
Edwards down the lane with the lefty leg.
Thing of beauty. Just a thing of beauty.
Edwards downhill. Hey, not respected, but the bucket is good.
Fire it to Zubats.
Clippers did not turn it over in the second quarter. 2 turnovers already here in the third.
Again, Ant splitting his attention.
One of the more effective jump shooters in the NBA. Here's Edwards. Lays it up and through.
The incredible finish by Anthony Edwards, taking on Terrence Mann, spinning and winning, throwing it off the glass.
Edwards drawing a crowd again. Euro and the reverse. Beautifully done from Anthony Edwards. George knows Zubats can't get the tip in. And Alexander Walker pushing the tempo. Wolves with numbers. Edwards off the bench. And another banker from 3. Edwards penetrated and the flush! Exclamation point! The Wolves, strong performance, and then again, just a half game ahead of the Clippers. And they are going to hand the Clippers just it's a good look. Conley can't hit. Tapped out to Conley. Leaves it for Edwards for 3. Bottoms. Edwards using that Gobert screen. Caught in the paint. The pull-up rolls in. This is one of the better offensive rebounding teams in Portland versus one of the better defensive rebounding teams. And Edwards hits the tray. His second triple of the ball game. A 13-4 Minnesota run. Edwards, 15-point opening quarter. Crossover, driving the contact, bucket, and the foul from Anthony Edwards.
It's just breathtaking. Right-left crossover, gets the contact, and he was taking target practice last night at the end of game situation against the Clippers when Minnesota had it.
Edwards, spinning in the lane. The lay-in drops. Plus the foul.
So one of the things during that jump ball situation, these are the little things,
Edwards slithering down the lane for 2. Simons picked up the foul.
1+1. For the Blazers and Henderson, 14 and 9. Speaking of playmaking, Anthony Simons looking for his teammates on the inbounds. It's unfortunately Edwards stealing from Henderson.
Minnesota having the energy here in the fourth quarter to overcome. They certainly have brought it.
No doubt about it. Edwards got the lay-in plus the foul. Beautiful feed from Reed and an even better finish.
Anthony Towns was able to get in double figures, but really it's been Rudy Gobert doing the heavy lifting throughout this game.
No hesitation, knocking down threes. Here's Edwards in the lane. Give him 41.
Still 3 minutes and 47 seconds.
Racking up assists. Edwards downhill, off glass. Count it and put him on the line. He had 3-and-1 opportunities. Pete.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards putting the ball on the deck, getting to the rim again. You got to be willing to make the extra pass, and he's certainly done that. He's been one of the big catalysts to help Minnesota have the better ball movement.
Here's ball movement to a three from Anthony Edwards.
He's always pointing back to the bench, too.
Gets out of trouble. ISO with Grant. Solid defender. Crossover. Stops on one leg. Puts it in.
I love how on the reset.
Crossover. Edwards. Euro. Puts it up and through. Edwards on a tear early.
He's going to shoot 2 free throws again. Anthony Edwards rejecting the screen. Matisse Thybulle fouling him.
Slow-mo getting it across. And now Ant with the handle. Dribble drive. Takes the bump. Count it. And put him on the line.
On the floor. I mean, Matisse Thybulle is their A defender. I mean, he's their Jaden McDaniels. And so for Anthony Edwards to do what he's done here.
Edwards in the lane. Fade away. Swish.
7 of 14. He's got 18 in the game. Kamara on him contesting right there.
It's a skill.
It really is.
Edwards inside. Easy lay-in. Give him 20. All air from Henderson. Slow-mo. Back to Edwards.
Super special to watch them. I mean, Reggie, they sat for hours. They were cold. Sabrina got 26 cold.
Looking for help?
And you know, BA, it's got to mean a lot if you're a young player, if the MVP trophy is named after Kobe Bryant. To be able to get that honor, I know that meant a lot.
Edwards between the leg, dribble down the lane, lefty lane.
Ooh, that's how you split the pick and roll right there.
Edwards, elbow jumper, pure.
I love the chemistry that Ant and Rudy Gobert have together.
Wolves by 5. Edwards for 3.
Brook Lopez was in a high drop that time, so he wasn't in a full drop.
And these offensive rebounds adding up for Milwaukee. 6-0 run. Edwards off glass for 2, plus the foul.
Beasley wasn't able to throw it back to Giannis because he was right there.
Edwards, the step through in the lane. Bounce pass. Edwards, bucket in the foul.
This could make it a 12-point game. Edwards is just 6 for 21 tonight.
Patrick Beverly was calling for a review, but that's why you can't trust him either.
Edwards downhill, got it to go. 103-96.
The only problem with this game right now is that Minnesota's coming alive here.
Edwards for 3. Yes, sir! Wolves will have to get into it quickly. Edwards for 3. Got it. Gobert. Hand off to Edwards. Edwards, 3 more. Got it!
Again, running that hand-back action, but he stopped complaining and got back in transition and contested that corner 3.
Edwards got Simmons in the air, penetrates and lays it in. 5:38 to go in the opening frame. Beautiful finish. Battle for the board. Sharp, blocked, outside to Edwards. Edwards, Euro, and the lefty finish. Wolves on top. 6 points, Towns with 9. Wolves by 1 headed into the second. Second night of a back-to-back for Minnesota. Edwards, step back, 3 ball, cash.
big time. Karl Anthony Towns has been excellent, but Anthony Edwards right there, that foot's on the line.
Got a streak going of games scoring over 100. Edwards to the rim. Off the feed from slow-mo.
Good cut that time by Ant. Throws it home with two hands. But the last time Minnesota didn't score 100 points in a game was at Brooklyn, by the way. They scored 96 that night.
Edwards feeling bouncy. Oh, beautifully done.
Jaden has been a little more aggressive here. Again, as you said, nice in a bad way right now, trying to shake it off.
Edwards, Euro, flips it up. Oh, bucket and the foul. Sensational.
That's phenomenal. Anthony Edwards, an impossible shot, just a circus shot, and then gives a fan a little hand slap after he spins around. That was awesome.
McDaniels to Edwards! Exclamation point here at Target Center. Here comes the Wolves the other way. No, this is a spectacular play from Wembanyama. Here's a pull-up from Edwards. Got it. First defensive effort sat him for the rest of the game. Edwards, three more. Money. Under 2 minutes to go. Edwards, around a Gobert screen, driving, going reverse.
Rudy Gobert and Mike Conley both.
Edwards to the rim. He's in double figures with 10.
And a supercomputer defensively.
Wolves on the run again. Behind the back in traffic. Edwards got it back and finished. Bailing out. Edwards on the drive. Goes off window for two.
I feel like Ant is not complaining as much as he has in the past. Like he might give him a look and he might even ask for a call. And the hay is still going to be there. But
Conley into Anderson. That was Edwards testing that ankle, flipping it up and in.
Doesn't look any worse for the wear. Off the dribble, gets squared up and use 2 feet to go up strong. Oh, wow, that was effortless.
The lob, Wembanyama slaps it out of there. J-Mac chasing it down. Edwards, 3-ball, corner pocket.
50-50 ball winner.
Oh, cookies! Highlight!
Let's go back to Anthony Edwards. Done great Jordan-like right there, turning sideways.
Had a conversation with, they continue to execute offensively. 1 for 6 so far. Edwards, crossover, spinning, tough fade, pure.
This is a 10 out of 10 in degree of difficulty. I mean, taking on defenders, spin move, fade away, mid-range.
Reed pushing the tempo, nearly lost the handle. Edwards, inside, takes the contact, and scores.
Ant cuts to the basket, great pass by Nas, and then Ant puts full flaps on right there and is able to control his body that time. Minnesota's been a really good defensive rebounding team this year too. It's unaccustomed for them to be able to give up that many second chance points as Ant makes a really hard shot. So throwing it out, Ant just physical, man. He is going into the bodies of defenders.
The Grizzlies team that came ready for a fight. Edwards right down the lane with the hammer.
And gets that one to go, and again, he thought he got fouled. And, you know, Aldama takes that.
Nas Reed battling in the post. Towns finding a cutting. Edwards, get out the way.
He doesn't look like a 19-year-old, does he?
Oh, nice bounce pass. Edwards!
Top of that screen. How about this? I mean, that's throwing somebody open right there. That's how you do it. Good back cut by Ant, too.
Edwards on the drive!
Anthony Edwards has been fantastic on Anthony Edwards' bobblehead night. Another 34-point game for Ant. Had one last ball game, too, against San Antonio.
Edwards sizing up Paul George. Penetrating, hanging, kisses it off the window for two. Conley over to Edwards. Edwards for three. Boom! Edwards on an island with Terrence Mann. On the drive, stops, pull up, good. Edwards for three. Money!
Jaden was all over that shot, too. That was a great contest. Kawhi just made a tough shot.
Edwards for three. Oh, wow. Where do you get cash from, Jim?
Let's go. They switch so much, their defense looks like a zone.
Steal by Edwards. Free throw line jumper is good.
Ant's like the best kid in like an AAU game where he can just like do stuff.
Towns, 12 points in the game. Inside, no one around Anthony Edwards.
I mean, they just first shot in the game. First shot he's taken inside the arc.
Edwards laying it up and in, blowing by James Harden. Over to Edwards. Towns will step back, no space. Edwards penetrating, throws it down, 3 seconds to go. Shot clock winding down. Edwards driving, stops, off glass, beat the clock.
Full flaps here for Ant. Just kind of stayed on that back leg. This game is far from over.
Conley can't hit. Offensive board. Edwards for three. Cash. Oh, stolen. Cookies. Conley the other way. Over to Edwards. On the drive. Inside. And got the lay-in. Wolves trying to close the door. Get a regular season sweep for the Blazers. Edwards for two. He's in double figures with 11.
Finally broke that drought last game against Dallas as Edwards gets to the cup. No resistance from the Pacers defense. McConnell gives it right back. Edwards going to have to chase it down and does. Minnesota by 9. Edwards penetrating, stops on one leg and kisses it off glass.
All accounts, sounds like he's going to try to re-sign here in Indiana. Indiana really wants to keep him, obviously.
Edwards for three, bottoms. 9 points now. Halliburton, Lohezi turned it over. Edwards full head of steam the other way, coast to coast, easy lay. Goal attempt and 7 minutes of action in this first half. Edwards between the leg dribble, penetrating on Nesmith, got to the rim. Rick Carlisle has seen enough. 7-0 Minnesota run.
Warren coming off that curl action there, and Naz Reid coming off the pin down by Rudy Gobert.
Clock winding down. Edwards drains the tray.
Yeah, that was clutch.
Not been a good night from three from either team. Edwards, bully ball, count it, and put him on the line.
Upward shooting motion, and that takes his time. There's the foul. He's on his way, gathering, and he just takes it.
Edwards got it back. 5 on the clock. Gonna have to make a play. Baseline drive. Euro, and got the roll. 36 for Anthony Edwards.
They missed an obvious travel by Miles.
Pull up! Yes, sir! He's unstoppable.
He's coming down in a broken floor situation too. Indy's not in a good way right there. And Aaron Nesmith.
Edwards. Little hezzy. Runner off one leg. Got it to drop. 43 for Anthony Edwards.
He's a reluctant outside shooter.
Edwards inside. Going to the reverse. Bucket and the foul. His 47th.
Basically put a body on Jared Allen and knocked that offensive rebound away from him.
Cavaliers shooting 29% from the floor early. Edwards firing and connecting.
Everything was in rhythm.
Jared Allen swatted out of there by Gobert. Wolves running. Edwards finds the angle. Take off.
What a play. Kyle gets it, Ants puts a little hesitation move on Dean Wade right there and throws it down.
And the Wolves dodge one there. Edwards clears space, pull up over Garland off glass.
You had to assume that it's happened at some point.
But if I'm trying to get locked in, I don't think I want you coming up to me. Edwards gets the lay-in.
Before the
57-55. Slow-mo driving on Wade. Over to Edwards. Get out the way. And a technical foul.
Have a little fun. I mean, it just is a tremendous cut by Ant. And it was an unbelievable play. And he didn't look right. He didn't look happy with how his defense has played in this game. Naz Reid's the leading scorer for Minnesota. Anthony Edwards has been held in check for the most part until right there. That's 19 now for Ant.
Steal. Edwards off to the races, attacking Davis. Stops and lays it in. Alexander Walker throws it out to Edwards. Edwards inside, got the lay-in.
And kicked the basketball to open shooters.
Edwards rimming out. And is scooped up by Christie, but bottled up by McDaniels. Edwards, midi, good. Edwards, pull up, good. Over his Team USA partner, Austin Reed.
I wish Mike would shoot some of those floaters in the painted area. He's so good at it.
Good defense. Wolves forced the 14th turnover of the game as Edwards skying to the rim.
How about that one-man fast break?
Wolves actually with more fast break points than the Lakers thus far. Lakers third in the NBA in fast break points. Edwards stops on one leg and scores. Conserving his energy over this game. Remember, he came out like gangbusters against the Cavaliers on Friday. See if he's saving his best for last. Pull up in the paint is good. We are tied. Reed setting the screen. And now Edwards matched up with Hayes. Step back, three ball, boom!
Just great arc on the shot. And
Reeves can't hit. Reed the rebound. 5 minutes to go. Pull up. Edwards. Cash. Prince all over him. Edwards on the drive. Flips it up and home.
What a move.
Zubac kicks it ahead, but right into the hands of Conley. Clippers turn it over. Edwards drives it. Minnesota looking for their first points, and it is Anthony Edwards who delivers.
See how he turned his body and his shoulders almost facing us. Beautiful use of English.
Turnover.
Look at the move here by Anthony Edwards. Just turns his whole body. Can shoot sometimes.
Oh, man. Put the announcer hex on him.
But can rebound, offensive rebound.
A UCLA Bruin as Edwards hangs and scores.
Coach Lou deciding to activate him. He's been rewarded.
Edwards, a flurry of moves, takes on Tice, delivers with the left hand. Back to a 10-point game. Wolves are very good inside their division and very good inside their conference this year. They're 30-11 against the West as Edwards lays it in.
Wow.
And he's fouled. He'll have a chance at three.
This is the very definition of playing downhill. Just goes right at Zubac. Beautiful reverse.
Edwards the rebound. Conley running up ahead. Edwards going to take it himself and lays it in. Very good team this year that has a real shot at a championship.
What's it been? 53 years. What a move there by Anthony Edwards. Little crossover.
Chance here to get to single digits with a three-pointer. Edwards pulls a mid-range jumper. It goes.
Plays with a different pace.
Wow. Turnover. McLaughlin with a steal. Nikhil Alexander-Walker looking for Edwards, who steps into a three. And it goes. A Reggie Miller bounce. And it's a 4-point game. Edwards trying to get by Man. Man staying right with him. Ooh, Edwards. Shifty move right there. Ties it at 74 for the Clippers after that November trade to acquire Harden. Edwards shakes Man. Ooh. Anthony Edwards starting to cook right now. George now guarded by Edwards.
Look at this. This is what I like about him.
Edwards moving his feet. George can't get by. Forces a turnover. Edwards drives and lays it in for a couple with Denver. Anthony Edwards, he'll let a three fly. Edwards, clutch.
Edwards, fresh off his 37-point performance on Tuesday. Attacking Hendricks off one leg, off glass, making it look easy.
This Utah Jazz team,
not very pretty offensively thus far, to say the least. Jazz shooting 29%. Here's Edwards going to the reverse, plus the foul. He has the 5th most completed and ones in the NBA this season, and that one
had a 29-point game against Denver at Denver, had a 26-point game against Boston and lost here, and then 25 last night.
Edwards once again off glass. We're tied up at 10. Edwards wants three, bottoms.
Taylor Hendricks showing you a little bit of what he can do. And Euro steps his way.
And one
for the N1 opportunity. Love that. Well, again, Walker Kessler is trying to protect the painted area, but
Wolves by 1. Edwards sitting on 12 points, make it 14. 6 for 12 shooting for him.
On your 7.
Edwards for 3, target practice. Alexander Walker back to Edwards, inside, hanging and scoring. Count it and put him on the line.
Utah goes on a run. Minnesota goes on a run. Utah goes on. It's been a game of runs. It's been classic. Anthony Edwards fixing stuff as it's happening in real time.
ISO sits the ball on an island with Edwards. Poke away from behind. Slow-mo. Euro outlet pass to Edwards for 3. Had to hesitate. What was Anderson doing there?
Can Minnesota hold Utah under 100 points?
That'll be something to keep an eye on. Here's Edwards. Got another tray. Give him 31. Edwards working on Collins. Double team looming. Another crossover to the rim with the left.
Well, it looked like he got fouled too. A little contact up in the head and neck area. Again, Anthony Edwards. They try to be directional with it, but I'm not sure.
7 points for Keontae George. Edwards down the lane, flips it up and in. Warren with the handle, gets a screen from Edwards. Edwards through the defense, puts it up and in, plus the foul.
Oh, what a shot. Trying to creep back in here. The thing about Rudy, too, is that it's not just defensively, but it's the offensive rebounding that he brings to the table. He's accounting for a lot of what...
And now it's Edwards, feeling bouncy. Splits the defense, flips it up, and through.
He put some English on that one and threw it high off the glass.
Jordan did not score and only had 1 shot attempt in that first half. Another turnover for Utah. Edwards gets it back and threw it. Edwards for 3. Boom.
First 3-point make of the game for Ant.
18 points for Colin Sexton. That's right at his season average. Edwards splitting the defense for 2.
Sort of runs that. Again, just flaring him out over the top of that screen. Lucas sets the screen for him.
Took the worst of that dunk by Edwards. Not going to return in this ball game. Edwards step through, puts it up and through.
Sending a 2-3 back in the painted area. You got to cleanse. So that's the step through right there.
Edwards for 3. Cash.
Anthony Edwards is unbelievable.
They're going to take their time. Almost turned it over. Edwards, free throw line jumper is pure.
Kyle was really frustrated trying to get the ball out of his hand. Jaden needs to have his A game tonight. He's not brought it a bunch, but defensively he needs to be excellent. Offensively he needs to be efficient.
Oh, Edwards putting the moves on Porter Jr. and laying it in.
Time working with Steve Smith, and we know how good Smitty's footwork is.
Oh, yes.
Smitty is an all-timer.
I mean, throws it out to Edwards. Shot clock winding down. Between the leg dribble. Step back, pull up, drops. What a tough bucket from Edwards. Edwards for 3. Money.
Such a great finisher around the basket as Mike had a layup. My goodness.
Gave it up for a 3. No, yes! The follow slam from Ant-Man.
Second chance points piled up in Utah in the 2 games that Minnesota played there. Utah, a great offensive rebounding team. 8-2 advantage here for the Denver Nuggets, and Ant getting 2 emphatic second chance points right there. I mean, that is just really fun.
Another turnover. Nuggets one of the best in the league at securing the ball. Edwards in the paint, step through, yes! 11 for Anthony Edwards, and Michael Malone needs time. Porter Jr. sidestepping into a 3 that rattles out.
Minnesota closing out that time. Couple waves at him, slow-mo and...
Edwards, the reverse!
Ooh, no timeout from Mike Malone either.
Walker knocking off of him.
Yeah, so good. Sticking it in reverse on that left side of the glass, the way he's able to put it in reverse and use that right hand to spin it.
Edwards working on Murray in the lane, tough fade, bottoms. J-Mac finds Edwards, penetrating, Euro, hangs, and it drops. Whose house is it?
Again, Monte couldn't get the layup to go. He kind of stumbled, and so J-Mac moved it over to Ant, and Ant just attacked Jokic.
Gets it back from KCP. Stolen. Garza the defense. Edwards for 3. Cash! Here is our Michelob Ultra courtside close-up. Play that kind of summed up the third quarter for the Wolves. Points off of turnovers. Edwards hitting the tray. He has 30 points in the game. Meniscus surgery. Hoping to see him sooner rather than later. Here's Edwards on the drive. Left hand is good.
I like that. So Mike on the ball in the ball screen. So
Edwards rocking them tonight. Here he is getting it back from Anderson and laying it in for 2. Wolves up 4. McDaniels, outside look, extra pass, Edwards, got a 3.
That's all it takes.
Much needed, he's now 3 for 11. ISO with LeVert, shot clock winding down, in the lane, bully ball, Edwards getting the bucket in the paint. He was there in Brooklyn with Karis LeVert, who had some good years.
That was part of that James Harden trade, right? Then he was traded to Houston, got moved on.
Edwards sliding through the defense for 2.
Here against Minnesota, 3 for 3. He's got 8 points in the quarter.
Conley short. Gobert offensive board. Blocked by Jared Allen in the hands of Edwards. Puts it through.
Clutch. use his right hand very much, very left-handed. And then he didn't shoot much outside the painted area, so you're wondering how it was going to translate. Well, it's translated here. He's a great pick-and-roll partner.
McDaniels working on Curry. Now it's Edwards around a Gobert screen, firing from deep. Nothing but net. Edwards trying to find his rhythm. Got some space. Pull up is good. Edwards starting to heat up. Step back over Wiggins. Yes, sir. Curry putting the dribble moves on McDaniels. Turned it over. Edwards on the attack in the lane, and it drops.
Nas has rebounded the ball so well tonight. He's got his 10th rebound of the game, so a double-double for Nas Reed.
Edwards got a tray. Monte Morris finding a wide-open Anthony Edwards. That was a good timeout, Jim Pete.
Sure was.
As you mentioned earlier in this game, we're seeing that already with Mike Conley with his 4 points in 5 minutes so far. And we'll keep our eye on him for the fourth quarter to step up yet again.
Which way did he go? Edwards. He's a guy who can go on a heater like Nas Reed, a pick and roll and lob threat. As you see Edwards, I mean, I'm dizzy. Oh, pickpocket. Edwards, full head of steam, stops for three. Money.
3 minutes and 43 seconds. Scored 0 points in that game, but Minnesota 5-1 in those games. I would not have thought that. With Ant scores in single digits, you wouldn't think.
Firing and connecting.
Yeah, finally, that's a good sight.
Well, the initial motion was stay here.
Right.
What we saw from Frere. Here's Edwards on the attack and lays it up and in. Jokic. And his pass stolen by Edwards. Edwards racing the other way. Got the lay in. 14-12 is our score. 5 minutes gone by. And Edwards! Face at the rim, getting up for the throwdown.
On time and on target is what Coach Fitch preaches to this group. Make sure your passes are on time and on target. Michael?
Thank you, Leah. Good ball movement. Edwards! Another flush off the feed from slow-mo.
Giving Denver a little bit of their own medicine, so Kentavious Caldwell-Pope just by definition is behind. Except he didn't dislocate his finger on the play.
No. Came out of that clean. Edwards, mid-range, pull up, rattles it home. Edwards, now on an island with Gordon. Shot clock winding down. Pump fake, step through, beautifully done.
Anthony Edwards playing in isolation against Aaron Gordon. I just don't think Aaron Gordon can guard Anthony Edwards. Aaron Gordon is an excellent defender, but Ant is too quick and too physically gifted to make 153s within the season. So that second three right there, Mike got to that 150 number.
Oh, the blow by Edwards, good.
What did Nikhil say? Direct or whatever. He's like.
Edwards to the rim. Even in the last meeting, they turned it over 17 times. Edwards getting by Jackson, left hand. Edwards gonna attack Caruso inside, patiently kissing it off the window.
He struggled against Minnesota too, and then he caught fire in the third quarter. It was
Edwards skying inside, and it drops.
A little English on that finish. DeMar DeRozan had 18 free throw attempts. He went 17 of 18 in that game.
Edwards matched up with Craig, gets a screen from Gobert, and hits the jumper. Well, I mean, the most you can have outside of 4-point plays is 18.
Right.
Edwards, beautifully done, plus the fouls.
And finished that thing. That thing was nestling into the rim when the foul was called. But physical play right there. And Caruso hits him on his left.
Edwards driving, goes to the reverse.
A lot of contact.
Gobert. Edwards inside, got the lay-in. Edwards the other way.
They are showing ant bodies.
Beautiful Euro and the deuce.
And he's just out there playing Frogger, man.
5 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. One possession game. Edwards for three. Cash! The drought is over.
See, Kobe White would be winning most improved player in the NBA.
Edwards driving and throwing it down.
And that's why in the scouting report they want to try to force him left. He's less likely to get to the rim going left.
Edwards to the rim. First field goal of the game, and it's an and one opportunity.
Kyle Anderson dealing at the top of the circle. You know, they hit Kyle at the elbows and let him operate, but he's up there by himself. Wolves have really frustrated Houston from outside the arc. Just 5 of 28 for Houston, 18%.
Edwards scores! Here's Anderson, left open, can't hit. Edwards! The follow! 13. Break opportunity for the Wolves, and Reed gives it up. Here's Edwards down the lane. The hammer! Look out below!
Really tough Houston Rockets team. Anthony Edwards making a play, cocking that thing back, touching it behind his neck and detonating that through the hoop. Take that, Jabari Smith. And the smile is there. You're just waiting for that smile, baby.
To go in regulation. Oh, the steal! Breakaway opportunity. The explosion to the rim.
And just anticipating getting in the passing lane, making it happen again.
Edwards deep in the corner. They're calling it a three. We'll check the toes.
I mean, so like I watched the 9 field goals that he's made this year, and I told you 6 of them were dunks, so it wasn't very complicated. The other 3 were kind of layups around the rim.
First ISO bucket of the game for Minnesota. And we've talked about this before, the benefit of having the guy that no matter what position you put him in. Here's Edwards, sidesteps into a 3-ball and connects.
A rotational player for them and did a nice job.
Little step back, Edwards. Oh, so good. Edwards fires and hits. Quickly, slow to get back in the play. Now back on your screen. Edwards, the runner, guides it home.
Ant's just looking to get into a rhythm right now.
Edwards driving on McDaniels, takes the bump and got the bounce. Another board in a crowd. Edwards, under 10 on the shot clock, fires a tray, swish.
That's a little bit of a microcosm.
You mentioned Toronto dominating the all-time series, even here in Minnesota. There's Edwards. Nice turnaround for 2. Be Pascal Siakam.
I think they would have. They certainly would be more formidable, but
Edwards
they're doing
for 3.
Yeah, they're doing what they're doing in their best interest. Those players they moved were not going to.
Speaking of 7-4, that is. Speaking of 7, you get to see what 7-4 looks like. Ralph is so great, man.
Edwards for 3 and fouled by Kevin Durant.
And talked about this in the pregame show that. And I'm not sure that it's in their minds right now. I got to think that it's in the back of
21-8 Phoenix if you're just joining us. Oh, the accelerator hit by Edwards as he lays it in.
He hit the turbo button that time. Kevin Durant, he just straightens up. Niles Reed kind of was coming over to set a screen roll, and that's when Edwards just hit the turbo button and said, I'm just not even going to wait for anybody.
Off the mark. The Wolves can take advantage of some of these Phoenix misses. Edwards off the bench and back on the scoreboard. Frank Vogel calls timeout. Booker looking for Eubanks and turned it over. See if Minnesota can take advantage. Edwards got by Allen, left hand.
They bait him into that shot. They just back off of him and say, we're going to let you take that inefficient shot.
Edwards the steal, the drive, and got the leg on their roster.
The catch-and-shoot player, there's not a lot of them like they used to.
Oh, Edwards! There's a trampoline under the hoop.
Rudy Gobert.
And just sliding along the baseline that time. Good find by Monte right there. It kind of woke up Austin Reeves, I'm sure, because Nas got back and erased that thing off the glass.
Getting back will be imperative in this matchup. The Lakers third in fast break points. Edwards hits his first shot.
You don't want to be in the 9-10 spot. We've been down that road ourselves. You got to win 2 games to get into the playoffs to get there.
Oh, Edwards, beautifully done attacking Reeves.
Just over 11 points a game in these 3 games.
ISO, Edwards, pull up, cash! Right in the face of Anthony Davis.
There really isn't. I mean, D'Angelo Russell would be the other one you could put him on, but D'Lo's so big and Ant's on a heater right now.
They are 13 for 13 at the free throw line so far tonight. Under 5 to go in the first half. Edwards to the cup for 2. Edwards will go 2 for 1. Yes, pull up and got the bounce.
Luka's on a roll here, and so is D'Lo. D'Lo's getting a little bit, he's getting that kind of special look in his face a little bit here.
Yeah.
To make something happen.
Edwards off the window. Big time shot from Edwards for the Lakers. They've outscored the Timberwolves 28-18 in the period. Edwards for 3. Yes, sir!
Minnesota is going to have 54 after the game tonight.
With 4 games to play.
With 4 games to play, and so that alone right
beautiful
there.
Blow by, up and under, and the finish from Anthony Edwards.
Right there, and then right there.
Yeah, Hachimura got him with that left hand. 25 points for Anthony Edwards.
For the Wizards in their last outing against Toronto, they found themselves down 42-14 late first quarter. Edwards for 3.
For tonight's first quarter highlights, brought to you by Toyota.
Watching Poole. Slings a pass into Gill. Swatted by Nas Reed. Edwards the other way. He wants 3. Bottoms.
See, and that's how Nas impacts the game.
This being on the front end of a massive back-to-back. Edwards turns and connects.
Edwards just 3 of 6 in the game. He does have 12 points, double-figure scoring, but Minnesota's got to go to the well, and they got to find somebody that can make up for Nas Reed's minutes. I mean, Nas has been such a key. He was really kind of the one that kind of ignited Minnesota's defense and got them off to a good start in the second quarter here.
Edwards, count it, and put him on the line.
And they're trying to level things up. Physical post up right there for me.
Goes to the midi, left it short. Conley the offensive board. Alexander Walker back to Edwards for 3. Yes! Saved it from going out of bounds. Edwards, blow by, and laid it in. I thought he was going reverse. Edwards on the attack and laid it in. Beautifully done. He has 28. Backing down Johnny Davis. Turns, fades, off the glass for 2. Looks at the Wizards bench.
They're loading up on Ant, and Ant spins away from the defense. He knew he was going to do that the entire time. Coming back down to earth, you mean? Yes, sir. It wasn't sustainable. I mean, come on.
No. Edwards, bottoms! First first lead of the night. Entered tonight with 6 3-pointers on the season.
Yeah. He was a tough player for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Edwards, the answer. This is shaping up to be a massive night for Anthony Edwards. And now Amaruyi. And his pass stolen by J-Mac. Up ahead, Edwards, the throwdown! On the three-point shot.
Anthony Edwards gets the throwdown in transition, and then again.
Edwards, 2 points shy of 40. Fade away, give it to him. Fourth 40-point performance of the season.
And Anthony Edwards making it happen again with the fadeaway. Special night for Anthony Edwards.
7 assists tonight, 40 points for Anthony Edwards. Backing down Butler, a little head fake, got stripped, got it back, puts it in, 42.
The analytics on Rudy Gobert were not a secret.
Edwards, and guides it home. He has 44. And there has been a lid on the basket for the Wizards here in this fourth quarter. Outside look! Give him 47. Edwards, little hezzy, the drive, give him 49. Edwards driving in the lane, flips it up, and in the first 50-piece of his career.
That's it for Chris Finch.
His team needed all 51. Majestic.
Well, you knew when all of the bigs.
Edwards spinning, a couple of moves, little step through, hangs and scores. Edwards taking his time, now penetrates, left hand. Nicely done. Edwards with the spectacular lay-in. Anthony Edwards, 2 field goals early, hanging and hitting here. But at the moment, the Nuggets lead by 3 on Bally Sports. Either Friday at home against the Hawks or Sunday in the regular season finale against the Suns. Back to live action. Edwards on the drive and scores 6 early points. Edwards back on the floor. This is his, as he looks inside, couple of moves on Peyton Watson and got the bucket.
And that's
300th career game for Anthony Edwards. Jamal Murray, a lot of dribbling and turned it over. McDaniels to Edwards, climbing the ladder to the rim.
Nail. Those 2 pit bulls, man. Oh, it's just more points in the paint, second chance points. It's all back.
Edwards for 3, score. Clock winding down. Edwards, another pull-up, another make.
Incredible.
16. Hand off to Edwards. Edwards in the lane, scores easily. Hand off to Edwards. Edwards stuck on 21. Driving inside, and it drops. A slugfest at Ball Arena.
As you mentioned, was stuck on 21, so 23 now. Going right through the contact that time through KPC, who's like saying, I got my hands up. I don't know what to do here. Great job by Ant to just keep on.
When you set a screen for somebody, you're so happy when that screen gets into a made basket for your teammate.
Oh, beautiful move. Edwards, left hand. Oof. Between the leg cross and finishing with the left.
Could have had a better record too. Lost some tough games in that stretch too.
Edwards pull up over Matthews. He likes that matchup.
Sure does. That Cat 3 energized the crowd and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Edwards off the window. Edwards backing down Buffkin. Turnaround. Save! Money!
Watch this. I mean, this is Ant being determined, backing him down, hitting the nail jumper right there. That's the maturation process for this young player. Anthony Edwards, 22 years of age.
The Suns still have yet to miss a shot. Edwards down the lane. It drops, plus the foul.
The perfection that Phoenix has started out with, but Anthony Edwards has a little perfection of his own here.
Edwards on the attack, flips it up and in. Missing the three, Edwards the rebound. Wolves slowly but surely finding confidence as the first half winds down. Bucket and the foul. Anthony Edwards is fired up.
Straight. It's bias.
That's another way to look at it. Oh, he was bumped initially by